welcome back to my past life as a flight attendant. Today I was going back and forth about what to talk about because I was going back between medicals I've had on board the airplane or the story about the time I went to East Compton on a layover. And I decided to talk about East Compton, so we'll save medicals for another time. So the time I went to East Compton, California, rewind, long time ago, I was new flight attendant. Everything was fun and exciting. I was an independent female who really had no sense of danger or anything. I was very naive and just excited to be in this new career. Every place in the world is a new place you could go. Every place in America, really, with the job, because I was regionally based at the time, and every place I could go was a new adventure and equally as safe, of course. So I had a layover in California, and I remember, sorry if this is TMI, getting really, really, really bad hemorrhoids. And as I went through the day, they got worse and worse because you walk a lot as a flight attendant, walking through all the airports, walking up and down the aisles on the plane. And with the airline, I would have to go find my airplane on the tarmac. It's a lot of walking. So we'll just say lots of walking. And every time, your cheeks move against the hemorrhoid, it's pain in every step. So by the end of the day, I was miserable. I was just in so much pain. We get to the hotel, and I still remember, it was a DoubleTree. I still remember walking down the hall with the crew. I was so far behind them because I was waddling so slowly. My legs as far apart as I could, just like, oh, every step. Anyway, if you've experienced bad hemorrhoids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, good for you. And so I told the crew what was going on with me, of course. One, they could probably figure it out, and if they didn't, then I have no filter and tell them anyway. So anyway, I was very clear with them what was going on with me. And yeah, I get to the hotel room, and I did not sleep very well that night at all. That whole night was so hard to get comfortable because every position hurt, and everything I did, it was like causing more pain. I remember in desperation going to the ice machine in the hallway to get and put ice in the baggie and like sticking it back there, hoping like maybe this will make inflammation go down. I don't know. It didn't work, but I tried it. I was desperate. And it was a very, very rough night. I still remember it. I mean, I remember crying through the night. It was so bad. I wake up the next morning, still in a lot of pain and on very little sleep, desperate for some relief. And so I went down to the hotel lobby, walked across the street, and across the street is a convenience store. And I go in there looking for some Preparation H. Sorry again, TMI, but I needed relief desperately. So I'm waddling through the store looking for some Preparation H, and I couldn't find any. So I went to the cashier and asked her, again, no filter, and I said, I have horrible hemorrhoids. I need some Preparation H or anything like that you have. And she goes, I'm so sorry, honey. I don't have anything like that for you. And I'm like, oh man, do you know somewhere that does? And then she says, actually, I believe there should be I think she said CVS, a CVS in East Compton. And I was like, well, where's that? And she goes, oh, just like down probably 5-6 blocks down and to the right. And I go, okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna go now. And she goes, whoa, honey, now by yourself? And I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, no, you don't. And I'm like kind of looking at her like, what? Oh, yes, I do. I'm an independent woman here. I'm an adult. What are you thinking? No, I can't. And she goes, honey, that is not safe. She goes, you need to bring someone with you. And I was like, okay, I'll see if I can bring someone with me. So I go back to the hotel and I call the first officer, and I asked him if he'd be willing to come with me. And I felt stupid doing it because I didn't realize like it was unsafe. I'm just thinking I'm so sorry, but there wasn't preparation H at the convenience store, and the lady said it's going to be in East Compton, but she didn't want me to go by myself. I know. Would you be willing to go with me? And as I'm explaining the whole thing to him, he's very quiet and probably very uncomfortable, but what can you do? And he then agreed that he would be willing to accompany me to East Compton, and he comes downstairs, meets me, and we start walking towards East Compton, and we go about, the 4 or 5, probably 6 blocks in, and I don't see a CVS. We turn to the right, I don't see a CVS. We start walking another block. I mean, you knew as soon as you get to East Compton, it's East Compton, because like all the businesses are barred. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. They must expect a lot of theft here or something. And he's kind of looking at me like, have you never heard of this place? Like, and I'm like, man, like, look, there's like liquor store, adult shop, liquor store, adult shop, man, this is an interesting place. And the cars there too, I felt like I was on a movie set, because the cars, a lot of them were like older and like low riders, and all the windows were dark. Like all of them were tinted. I'm like, is that legal? And he was like, no, that's not actually legal, but I don't think they care. And the people who were like passing us on the street, walking past us, were probably drug dealers or something. They very well might have been, or on drugs. Hard to tell. Anyway, so we're just going, and we're going further and further, deeper and deeper in, because I am not willing to give up. He's like, I don't see it. And I was like, it's got to be around here somewhere, and if not that one, then there's going to be another one. We're bound to find something. The further we walk, we're going to find something. I need relief. And he's just like, pretty soon he goes, this place isn't just known for theft, because that was the thing I'd mentioned, that like all the bars on the windows, they must be expecting theft. He goes, it's not just theft. This place has a high rate of drive-by shootings too. And I was like, oh, you want to go back, don't you? He was like, I don't see it. I'm like, okay, we can go back. So we walk back, and all the way back, and thankfully it was without incident. Nothing happened bad, other than I was in a lot of pain, and made it back safely with no preparation H. But I did learn something at the end of this, when I realized that not all places are equally as safe. And that literally was probably my first time realizing that in my life. And so I get back to my house. Then at the end of the trip, I get back to my house. I already have preparation H, and hoping that will cause me some relief. I just figured you want to know how the hemorrhoid thing turned out. And even if you don't, I'll tell you. So the preparation H didn't work. Like, it literally did nothing. And which is insane. Like, it did nothing. It gave no relief. I ended up having to go to the urgent care and needed hemorrhoid surgery, which is a whole nother story in itself. So, yeah, they were really bad. They were that bad. So bad that I didn't care about my own safety, because I just wanted relief so badly and wanted that preparation H that little did I know wasn't even going to help, because I needed the knife. I remember when the doctor looked at it, and TMI, but I was like, is there any other way? And the doctor's like, no, it's the size of a walnut. We need to get it out. And I'm like, oh. So anyway, again, I'm so sorry if that's too much information, but it is what it is. So come back for more stories. I might do medicals or turbulent stories next time. I'll think about it and come back for more. Have a great day.